Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for telling my brother-in-law to leave my children alone? My wife and I have 3 children, and this situation involves our 2 oldest. Back when they were young, we had crazy work schedules. On the other hand, her brother has a job and position where he can come and go as he pleases, so he helped with our kids. The 3 of us took turns taking the kids to school and picking them up. The kids sometimes stayed with him for a day or 2. When they grew older, our work schedule stabilized, so we didn't rely on him as much. However, the kids are incredibly attached to their uncle to the point where it seems like I'm being replaced. Once, when our daughter ran out of panty liners, she called her uncle to ask him to pick her some up. My wife was at work, but I was working in the yard and she didn't think to ask me. A year ago, our son was questioning his sexual identity. Instead of coming to me or his mother, he went to talk with his uncle. And then my brother-in-law told my wife about their conversation. I was the last to know about it. On our daughter's last birthday, she was most excited about his gift because he got her the exact model and color tennis racket that she wanted. She didn't take a second look at my present. The last straw happened earlier today when our son was sick at school. Instead of calling me or his mother, he called his uncle. Brother-in-law texted us about the situation and asked my wife to call the school so that he could pick up our son. I was home and no one asked me to do it. I was very angry when brother-in-law dropped our son off. I confronted him about overstepping our family boundaries and we got into an argument. I told him to leave our house and leave our children alone. My wife just got home from work and we got into an argument. She doesn't like the way I talk to her brother, but I don't like the way I'm being left out of my children's life. She said we're lucky to have him help us out, but I don't want his help anymore. Wow. This is a lot of angst that is selfishly driven.
Yeah, his jealousy and insecurities in parenting are, I don't know, like
Aaron. Okay, it is tough, but like, yeah. I understand your feelings here, OP. I understand why you're feeling what you're feeling. Your feelings are understandable, right? The actions that you are allowing your feelings to drive are not okay.
Right.
So let's separate those 2 things out, right? Your feelings are justified here. Like, you're hurt because they are choosing him over you. This is not something he is doing wrong. This is something that you brought him in. He formed a relationship with him. Your kids are choosing him. If you want that to stop happening, you're going to have to talk to your kids because the action is being initiated by them. He is just not being a dick and not turning them away. Meanwhile, you're sulking in the corner having the memes. Like,
yeah. What are you doing to step up? What are you doing to prioritize yourself and your child's life so that they do call you and want to be picked up by you? Like, what are you doing besides getting pissed off? Like you said, sulking in the corner about it. What are you doing to make yourself a priority in your kids' lives? Because I think that's the point. You're going to have to step up. You're going to have to be, instead of just shitting, like being shitty in the corner, you're going to have to actually insert yourself into your children's life and become a member of the family. And It sounds like if you were doing those things, they wouldn't be calling their uncle. They would be calling their dad.
Exactly. And thinking that what, banishing him from the family? Like, you think by doing that, his kids are going to be so grateful that he's just going to automatically slide into that number 1 dad space and they're going to come to him with everything? No, they're going to hate you. This is going to cause the exact opposite of what you want. Like, think about that. Think about that. Think about where the motivation to do all this is coming from. This is a selfish thing. This is your hurt, and that's understandable. But hurt people, right? Like, you are going to cause a lot of hurt by doing this. And instead of focusing on an actual solution and becoming the man that you want to be for them, like Candy Thunder was saying, you are just butthurt and lashing out.
Yeah, Navy is incredibly close to my sister, like, and loves to spend time with her. And I don't feel that as a slight to me being her mom. I feel that as like a bonus in my life that I have someone that loves my child as much as I do. Yeah. And for her to have that. And she also loves to take her and do things. And I think that's so wonderful. Like, I love when you have that village that is part of your community and you get to be that together and your child has more people that love them.
I agree. However, if it were leaned so hard in that direction that at some point your sister was Navy's first phone call over you'd be hurt.
I would be absolutely hurt, but I would have to figure out why I'm hurt. Like that's on me to figure out why this is hurting me.
And it would be a conversation with Navy. Well, it would be a conversation with her, not with your sister, to be like, hey, why why would you call her before you would call me? Like what makes
Yeah.
that, what made you want to do that? And understand it first,
Yeah.
and then work on trying to earn that spot. You don't get to just fire people and move up the ladder. Like that's not how it works.
I think a lot of people, in this community have said, blood doesn't make you family. So it's kind of that same thing. Like just because I gave birth to a child doesn't mean that I'm right in every single aspect. Like I still have to show up as a mom every day and put in the work to maintain a relationship with my children. That just doesn't happen just because I gave birth to them. Not a healthy one anyways. So if you want a healthy relationship with your children, you have to work to maintain it. And sometimes it's ugly and sometimes it's messy, but you still have to be there doing the work.
Right. And yeah, so let me find this comment again. Sunshine Lily says the uncle could have made more efforts to include the dad as well, but dad needs to chill. Here's the thing. I think this is the first time that Unc is hearing about this. First time Unc is hearing about how dad feels is when dad is like, get out of here. Go on, get. It's like, are you trying to white fang me?
Get off my lawn.
Get out of here. Now go on. It's like, he doesn't understand. He just knows that he's tried to be incredibly helpful, has a great relationship with these kids, and then just got yelled at. So like, at least he knows that now. And yeah, the two of you could work together to try to build that up, but you're not off to a great start there, OP, because if you want somebody to be on your team and to help you accomplish something, the last thing you ought to do is banish them. Think about it. Just think about what you're doing and why.